Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the reason why I've been gone for so long, and it's actually because of something very different than what I have been talking about. I actually got surgery, and before I tell you what I got surgery on, I guess I'll walk you through the whole thing. So, I'm a college athlete, and for my sport, there's a lot of movement, to say the least. I'm not going to say exactly what, because there's only so many colleges in the world, and some crazy person could probably track me down. I mean, there's only so many college athletes, but that's besides the point. On one day in particular, I started to feel pain in my hip, and I was like, well, this is weird and not normal. So a couple days go by, and I have a practice, and my hip continues to hurt. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? Well, I go on vacation, and I'm really confused about why my hip is not stopping hurting. So I talked to my coach about it, and he's like, it's probably nothing. Just put some, or I think he said a heat pad, not actually ice, but he said put a heat pad on it, and we'll see how it goes. Well, it didn't stop hurting. So I decided to take off for that entire week that I was on vacation. Not that I was going to be able to do much anyway, but I took off that entire week. And I got back home, and it was still bothering me. So I talked to my coach about it, and he said, you know, go to the athletic trainer for my school. So I go to the athletic trainer, and they're like, oh, it's probably just a hip flexor or something like that, right? They're like, no big deal. It's probably just pulled. So we continue, and we do some physical therapy. About 6 weeks go by, and almost no improvement. So that's a little bit weird, considering it should have already fixed itself by this point. But I digress. So I go in and I get an MRI scan, and my labrum's torn. If you don't know what the labrum is, it's basically in your hip, there's a ball and socket joint, and where your femur meets your pelvis, well, you kind of don't want that rubbing around too much. So there's a little thing in the middle to kind of keep it from rubbing, kind of like a buffer in a way. I don't really know how else to explain it. But basically that had torn on my hip. So there's two options for it. You either get surgery or you do a bunch of physical therapy and you hope that it fixes itself. So I did option 2, and I tried to fix it with physical therapy. Well, another 6 months go by. I've been doing all sorts of stuff, every little thing that you could possibly do in physical therapy, and nothing worked. I go back to my sport. It's like, okay, it's feeling all right. Well, probably like 15 minutes in, started to hurt. So back to square one. So I ended up stopping with the physical therapy, and we scheduled a surgery date actually on my birthday. I was at school, and I get called on my birthday while I'm talking to a friend of mine, literally about possibly needing surgery. And they're like, hey, Tarmention, would you like to schedule your surgery? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess. So that was my birthday gift, was I got my surgery scheduled, and all went well. Surgery's done. I wasn't able to walk for the past 2 weeks, so I literally couldn't get to my chair that well. So I have not been actually making videos, so that's kind of where we're at. Although over the last couple days, I've had a little bit of time, and I've been working on the next video. It's going to be so good, guys, I swear. But that's about it for this week. I don't want to keep going with anything else, but I'm doing all right, so in case you're wondering. And also, there's probably only one person watching this. Once again, hello, Skeptal. But that's about it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.